So we're here again at Range Masters of Utah for our firearms training series. Now previously we've discussed the firearm draw and presentation, essentially how to remove your firearm from the holster and get into a firing position. Now previously we taught that as a 4-step process. However, there's one additional step in order to keep you better prepared that we're going to add to this, and that's the retention position. You'll notice last time, like we said, the draw was meant to get the firearm from your hip to out in front of you. But there are times when an attacker might be close that we don't want to extend and push our firearm out. We want to make sure that the firearm is close so we have greater control, and so that firearm can't be grabbed or slapped out of our hands. Now, keep in mind this position is not something that we're going to be doing, and we're not going to be firing from the retention position in all situations. It's only in a situation where that attacker is close. Now, for this demonstration, we are going to be using a blue gun, but keep in mind we will follow all the same safety rules that we have with a real firearm. So as we go through this, we're just going to take this through it one step at a time. Now, just like before, you're going to notice 4 of those 5 steps are exactly the same. So that first step is we're going to take our hand and we're going to greet our firearm. Notice we have the proper grip position just like before, and we have greeted the firearm. The second step, we're going to clear the firearm, and at the same time we're bringing our left hand to our chest. This ensures that we're not going to muzzle ourselves as we're moving our firearm to the firing position. Now the new position that we're going to add, or the new step to this, is to rotate. Now this is the retention position. The whole idea on this is keeping this close to your body. You have greater control. Rather than extending this when a bad guy is close to you, we're keeping this close to our body so we have control of it. Nobody's going to be able to grab this or slap this out of our hands. And one of the important things to point out here is this is not straight in front of my chest. This is to my side. The idea on that is this is going to allow me to fire the firearm and allow the firearm to clear so we can put another round in the chamber. If this is hitting my chest, if this is hitting my shoulder, we're not going to be able to fire a second round at that point. So we're going to keep this right at our side. We're going to make sure we have enough room for clearance when we rotate. Now at that point, we're going to continue the same steps to fire the firearm if we need to extend. We're just going to meet in the middle and push and place our finger on the trigger when ready. So just to point that out again, we're going to greet the firearm. We're going to clear. We're going to rotate. Now this is the retention position we're talking about. Then we're going to meet and push and fire. Okay? So that is our firing position. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and demonstrate the retention position to you here with a live firearm to give you a better understanding of how it works. So in that last segment, we showed you the process to properly draw your firearm and present this at a situation where you've got a target which is close, which is that retention position. Now keep in mind for this exercise, we are going to be using a live firearm. We're going to practice all those same safety rules in order to maintain that we are safe. Now you'll notice at this point that I've got a target that's 5 to 7 feet away from me. The whole idea here with not extending my firearm is this person, if I were to fully extend my firearm, just to demonstrate, if I were to fully extend my firearm, that person may be able to grab or slap the firearm out of my hand. Now keep in mind this altercation may have started at 30 feet. But when we're using the retention position, we realize that this person, he may be running at us. They may have gained quite a bit of ground, so we may not have either time or the ability to fully extend our firearm. So keep in mind this is not something we're not going to be using retention position at 25, 30 feet. This is something where the attacker is close to us and we're trying to maintain our firearm and ensure that they do not gain control of it. Now just to walk you through the process once again, it's first we're going to greet the firearm. Second, we're going to clear while lifting our hand and ensuring that we don't muzzle ourselves to our chest. And third, we're going to rotate that firearm. So once again, we're going to greet, clear, and rotate. Now before we demonstrate this, it's important to point out that anytime you need to use your firearm in self-defense, that you understand that this is something that we're using because we believe there could be serious bodily harm or death, serious bodily injury to ourselves. This is not something where somebody's towing our car, we just decide to go out and pull our firearm out. This is something where we believe that there is a serious chance that somebody could do us either serious bodily injury or death. And it's important that we point that out. This is not something that we go out and we just do randomly on people. This is a self-defense option. So just to point that out. Now for this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and show you live fire, a quick demonstration of this. Keep in mind we're not aiming for the head. These are quick shots. We're going to try and hit center mass. 2 to 3 shots, enough to stop the attacker from continuing on us. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate that for you now. So you'll notice at this point that I fired a couple controlled sets in order to ensure that the attacker stopped. So at that point, we know the attacker stopped and we can reassess the situation if necessary. Once again, that is your retention position. And this is Michael Jones from the Armed Self-Defense Institute reminding you to be safe and have fun.